busy week travel-wise and playing-wise, and how are you feeling physically, having played the full game the other night?
Yeah, felt good today. Full training today, had a day off yesterday. Straight from the airport, came in and did a little regen session on Wednesday. So, tried to prepare as if normal game, normal week. Got my sleep, got my day off and some good rest with the family. So, feel good. Full day of training today. Feel good.
How would you assess the overall national team experience? Like personally, you did some good things, but overall, maybe not the results you wanted.
Yeah, I think with anything, there's ups and downs, and we're the past couple of years very used to winning and being a very successful team. And right now is a little bit of a rough patch, just like with what happened here this summer. You have some guys in and out of the squad, in a couple of difficult games. So overall, not the best. Overall experience. Personally, it's always good to wear the jersey and get that experience under your belt. Some tough games, get 90 minutes as an international. Another cap is obviously, exciting and very cool. But at the end of the day, it's up to us and what product we put on the field. Number one. So, not the best overall, but you always have another chance.
For sure, and maybe inadvertently, but with the Fabian Johnson stuff to have you or his sub, what did you sort of see go on there? And were you expecting to go in? It didn't sound like that was originally in the plans, at least.
Yeah, no. I mean, I was warming up from like minute 70, so whether that was for Fabian or whoever it was, ready to go in if needed. So obviously you guys have read in the press, we know as much as you know. We didn't even get a chance to talk to Fabian really, and he was already gone by the time we were at practice in New York. So not the ideal situation, but it is what it is at this point, and the team's got to regroup and reassess where we're all at. Reality is 3 weeks are World Cup qualifiers, and with the national team, you can always look ahead. There's always more games to come. Whether or not you're a part of them is a different, story altogether. But at the end of the day, there'll be another game, and World Cup qualifying is a different beast.
Has there been any indication that you'll be back and continuing to be in the fold here as they look forward?
Yeah, no. I think as always, it's thanks for your hard work. Thanks for doing what you needed to do when your name was called, and I know that they'll reassess and see how they move forward from here. But as always, put my head down and focus on Houston. And at this point, it's a pleasure to go in. Obviously, you want to be involved, but at the end of the day, we're fighting essentially relegation in my mind. With that red line, not necessarily dropping down to another league, but saving ourselves the embarrassment of watching other teams in the playoffs, watching from the outside in.
Speaking of Houston, they're also fighting for their playoff lives this weekend. How does that change the mindset of a team when they're so desperate?
Yeah, I think similar to maybe the U.S. Costa Rica, it's a little bit of a trap game, and one that we're in the same situation, no matter how you look at it. Do we have more points? Yes, but at the end of the day, if results don't go our way, something that we shouldn't be relying on anyways, but if results don't go our way, that we've got to pick up points. We've got 2 games to do it, and I think all the guys know that. And this isn't a group of guys that's used to sitting on the outside looking in during playoffs. So that they'll be flying at home, fighting for their lives as well, the same exact mentality. So it'll be a very, very difficult game. We haven't gotten a result in Houston in a long, long time. Difficult place to play. Should be cooler this time. It's probably the best time to play in Houston right now. A difficult task ahead on Sunday.
They are still expecting it to be in the upper 80s, maybe even 90s. How does that factor into the match?
I think game's at 4 o'clock, so 80s is fine. As long as there's not a 9 in front, I'm okay. And it shouldn't be too humid in October. So the reality is it's 2 games left, so we can't be saving ourselves for anything at this point. Guys can't be saving themselves just because we have another game at home. We've got 7 days to rest and come back for the next one at home on the next Sunday. So no guys will be saving themselves. It's got to be full on, as if we're playing at home, the same exact energy.
Do you think there's anything to be said for having every game kind of be meaningful towards the end of the
year? It's crazy, yeah. I think scheduling has been perfect. This is what fans want. This is what the league wanted. This is why we play the game right now, because years ago or even last year we were in safe with 6 weeks to spare, something like that, 5 weeks. So it's good scheduling by the league. It makes everything extremely competitive at this point. Interconference games, in your conference games. So it's it's tough, but this is a taste of, I think, what it feels like to play overseas. And for some of us, this is the first sort of battle for the line right there, and makes it interesting. But like I said, we got to go full bore this weekend. Otherwise, we leave ourselves with one game left to sneak into the playoffs.
Last thing with the national team, they always talk about how difficult it is for a coach to go 2 cycles and just sort of keep things fresh. Do you think that Jurgen's message is still resonating with everybody? It's just sort of a tough thing to keep going.
Yeah, I mean, anytime, anywhere. Look, I've been here 7 years and I've had ups and downs, and we've all had ups and downs. So the longer you stay, the more ups and downs you're going to have. And his message was, I'm not leaving when things aren't going well. I'm not going to leave this team just because things aren't going our way or they're not going my way. That'll be a decision to be made, above him. So that was the last message left with the group, that he's going to continue to fight. He's going to continue to push with us. And, it was a positive message moving forward, that last little speech. So I think that probably resonated with the guys, knowing that, he's got our full backing, even though, the 2 results didn't go our way. I think moving forward, we're going to find another peak. That's the bottom line.
Sure.